I used to own a roll shop, selling rolls and bacon, rolls and sausage, that kind of thing. But that was until my customers told me they thought that my rolls were rubbish. And after news like that, well, I just went to pieces. Our teacher once asked us if anyone knew what the Latin word for year was. I said, I know. I love spicy food. I can't handle it when it falls on the back of my foot. It's my Achilles heel. A few years ago, the IRS were investigating Steve Jobs. You know Steve Jobs? Yeah. And they're investigating him. But all he'd tell them during their investigation would be facts about cakes. Eventually I'd say, no, Steve, what we want to know is about the apple turnover. And Henry VIII again. Yeah. When Henry VIII was first married, he was obsessed with sports. Boxing, polo, football. Oh yeah, and bowling. You know Victoria Beckham? Yeah. She doesn't need to read any sworn testimonies to know if something's true. She just hears an affidavit. Someone once asked me what shape a slingshot was. I replied, why? There was this really spotty snooker player. He was absolutely rubbish, but I couldn't take my eyes off of him. I mean, it just shows you. A watch boil never pops. There was chaos at the seaside supermarket because no one was using aisle A or B. They were all at sea. I like to change the colour of fast-growing herbs at my garden. Sorry, I digress. The other day, I shat out Barry Allen. I thought the rest of the DC superheroes would follow, but it just turned out to be a flash in the pan. There was this entrepreneur that made his money by changing his stocks in tomato-based sauces to biscuits. It's a real ragus to riches story. Seems excited, might be going to a bar mitzvah. You know there's a game that Dwayne Johnson, all dentists, and John Paul II play. It's rock, paper and scissors. I've got a friend that asked me once if I could go up to this group of gorillas and ask them what family order they belong to. I said, do you like to primate? Right, we're nearly pretty much at the end of the show. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. But I've got a wee question for you. We just like a bit of filth. Are you up for that? Is anyone not wanting any kind of... I mean, it's not like dodgy stuff that's going to get me prosecuted in every sheriff court, I don't think. But he's up for that? Yeah? Cool. I like my women like my generalisations. By and large. And good night. No. There was a debate recently about whether unmarried inmates should be allowed conjugal visits from hookers while they serve their sentence. I can sort of see both sides of it really. Lots of pros and cons. There was a premature ejaculator that was in intensive care. Apparently it was touch and go. Do you know how Mexicans like their sex? Orale! Do you think the ladyboys in Bangkok should be termed as Asian or Caucasian? I watched this lesbian porno once from beginning to end. Yes, I've seen the whole shebang. They say a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I mean, I don't really know what that means. But I know it doesn't refer to prostitutes, as I can assure you that two in the bush costs considerably more than one in the hand. Saying never judge a book by its cover. Unless it's called Jizz Hungry Mouths. You got a pretty good idea. I was travelling in Bulgaria. I spent a night in Sofia. Blanche, Dorothy and Rose were furious. Anyone under 35? What? When a prostitute is going through the change and is complaining about it, is that the hormones? I once bought a £40 tie. Now you might think that's expensive, but when I finally found out it had a cock as well as breasts, I thought it was a bargain. You know, in Alabama, they celebrate Halloween more than any other festival. That's because then it's most acceptable to pumpkin. There's this guy in ancient Greece that really wanted to have sex with his mother, but he couldn't because he was bursting for the toilet. He was in need of piss. And finally from me, my granny is really cautious about wetting herself. So what she does is put an Indian flatbread under her cushion. She's my pish weary nan. And on that note, I think I'd just like to say thank you very much for coming down. It's much appreciated.